Hello, everybody. What is today? We in May? May 17th, 2022. I'm almost positive. Oh, Rod, I see you, sir. How are you? Great job on the 800 meter runs, by the way. Saw the times that you posted. It's scary that you're that fast running 800 meter repeats, and you're also as strong as I know that you are. You're a scary human being. All right. So today is going to be just, all of you listen to me run my mouth plenty, and you're very kind and very patient to do that. But what I did today that I hope you enjoy as much as I do is I always screenshot cool stories that motivate me, that fire me up from the Linchpin community, and I save them and, bring them up every now and then. And I've got 6 that I just kind of pulled out of this folder that I keep on my desktop, and they're just real people living real lives with duties, responsibilities, tough work schedule, up early, home late, kids, minimal free time, etc., and they're finding ways to get fitness in. Nothing against games athletes, okay? I'm married to a previous games athlete. I guess I competed in 2009, so I guess I'm in there as well. But I don't really consider myself in that camp. I was never that good. I've tons of games athletes as friends, both previous games athletes and current games athletes. They're dedicated human beings. They're wonderful. They do amazing physical performances that just leave our jaws open and whatnot. But that's what they're supposed to do. That's what their lives are dedicated towards and solely focused on. And their day, that's what's on their agenda that day, to train again. So you should have time to train because that's what's on your schedule. That being said, the people that I just mentioned previously, the rest of us, those stories fire me up way, way, way more than seeing an already incredible athlete do something incredible. That's what they're supposed to do. But the person that doesn't want to get in the workout is dog tired and just somehow gets something in, you, sir or ma'am, you have fired me up. You motivate me, and that's the cool stuff. So I've got 6 stories like that I'll share briefly, and hopefully they fire you up and help you get into the garage for a little workout or squeeze it in or get up a little early or whatever it happens to be, because this stuff does it for me. Okay, the first one is from Joseph M.G. I screenshotted this, I think in February, back in the Linchpin private Facebook group. He's got 3 kids. That's plenty. Trust me on that one. I've got 3 myself. He does not have a lot of free time. He's got a demanding job. He's always up incredibly early and getting home late. It's just one of those, right? One of those things. But he makes it happen. And like any good CrossFitter, he's a little crazy. So on this particular day, he decided to do the Monster Mash. Why he would do that, I don't know, but he did. And he picked a dirty one. People are crazy, not to get on a tangent, but it's almost like the crazier the work. Well, people wouldn't do the Monster Mash. Don't need to do it. And then one comes out that's borderline psychotic, and more people than normal I might try that. People are crazy. So this is what this one was. This one particular Monster Mash was a 135-pound barbell for the gentlemen, a 95-pound barbell for the women, and this is what it was. My apologies. 1 mile run, 30 squat snatches. 1 mile run, 30 thrusters. 1 mile run, 30 squat cleans. How much fun does that sound? It doesn't sound like fun. But for some reason he wanted to do it. So this is what he wrote. I got up this morning, decided to see what felt good, kept a moderate pace on the run, singles for the snatches, and sets of 5 for the thrusters. I got to rep 25 of the thrusters, and my wife called into the garage and said, Justin's up, and I need to get ready for work. Are you almost done? Yeah, he said, let me do 5 more thrusters and I'll come in. That was a bold-faced lie, because he still had another mile of running and 30 squat cleans to do. So He says, I told her about this workout yesterday, filled her in on where I was, and said maybe I could finish it later this afternoon if Justin took a nap and the other boys could go out and do it with me. I would mark off 100 meters and just do 8 out and back runs if needed. Well, I never got the chance until late tonight. Oldest went to cheer clinic. Mother-in-law came over to look after the two. He wanders back out in the garage and finished up that disgusting monster mash at like 9 at night and got it in. Might feel this tomorrow, he says, but it was worth it. Total time, 63 minutes and 49 seconds. Wow, that's ridiculous. That one fires me up. Next one I entitled Real Life Fitness, and I wish you could see the photo that I'm looking at. This is from Allison B, and she's doing in her living room. She's got a set of rings hanging up. I can't see the ceiling, but she's not in her garage. She somehow has the rings hanging up like in her living room, bolted to the ceiling or something. I don't know. Her feet are up on a chair, and she's basically doing ring rows as if they're pull-ups. Her hips are bent at 90 degrees, so she's kind of like in an L-sit position with feet on a chair and doing pull-ups with the rings like that, which must be, I'm going to go ahead and say there's no kipping or anything happening there. And the way that she has her body, I think those would be more challenging or just equally as challenging as strict dead hang pull-ups. And this was that terrible workout that we did that was 1 up to 10 and back down to 1 of burpees and strict pull-ups. And she did them there in her living room. And she says, no pull-up bar, but I have rings. Opted for an L-sit-ish chin-up with my feet on a chair. Tried to make them as strict as possible. Got interrupted by a crying baby part way through, but finished. Again, if you've got nothing on your agenda but time to work out and an empty gym and a fully outfitted whatever, of course you got the workout in. But when you don't have that, and things are crazy and hectic and space is limited and your schedule is tight and you still somehow modify and adapt and overcome, and you do that every darn day, and you pay attention to what you're eating, you have won. I don't care that no one's ever heard of you. I don't care that you don't have a sponsorship. I don't care that I'm not going to see you on YouTube on some sort of highlight film from the games or something. You are crushing it. And so keep it up. Find ways to get workouts in. Get yourself in a community that supports that sort of behavior so that you can make good decisions, helps you figure out ways to make it a yes that you can work out instead of focusing on no, why you cannot, and life will be good. This next one is from Hannah S. And again, the photo is amazing. He's my kind of lunatic. It is, in this photo, 10:38 p.m., so just about 11 p.m. It's pitch black. He's outside, bundled up head to toe in like a parka and a wool hat. He says, greetings from snowy Finland. There's like 3 feet of snow on the ground outside where he's taking this photo. There's an outdoor squat rack that he has shoveled the snow away from where he's going to be squatting. He's got a barbell on the squat rack, and he did what was the workout that day, 5 sets of 3 back squat. And he kept it at 110 kilograms, which, by the way, was a PR for him for his 3-rep back squat. So he got in a 5x3 back squat at 11 p.m. outside in snow-covered Finland in what appears to be astonishingly freezing temperatures in a parka, and he shoveled the snow away, and he got in a PR. I suddenly have to reassess any excuse that I've ever given due to rain or inclement weather or whatnot as to why I missed a workout. The dude is hardcore. That fires me up. And again, just another amazing human being walking the planet. No Nike or Noble sponsorship or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Not a social media influencer that's, who cares? Just a hardcore, dedicated human being making it happen. These are my people. These are the people that I love. Okay, let's do one more. Family and Chaos. We'll see how we're doing for time here. I don't think we've been on too long. Family and Chaos is what this is entitled. This is from Chris H. And he's got a photo holding his child up to his chest. And he says he chose the no equipment version today around family chaos. did 150 burpees over and under babies and baby toys. Then did Turkish get-ups with an 8-month-old son and a kettlebell when I actually had the freedom to touch the kettlebell. Fitness and family time both were achieved. And he's just in his living room, baby toys everywhere, doing Turkish get-ups with his 8-month-old kid, making it happen. Again, this is the stuff that fires me up. Okay, 2 more. Second to last one is entitled Hospitals and Health. And this one is just more of a good message as to why we do what we do and why, even if it's challenging for you to get in workouts and you have to make sacrifices and you have to get up a little early or get in late at night or get it in when you would be watching Netflix or something, that even though watching Netflix is wonderful because it's a mental stress relief, you get to decompress. I get that. Trust me, I'm human. But Netflix and some couch time, therapeutic as though it may be, will not set you up for success for what this next story tells you, which is somebody who prioritized their fitness. So this one is entitled Hospitals and Health. And this was from Kathy S. And she had a femoral bypass surgery. She says, at least 50 times I've been told how incredibly beneficial it's been that I stay active and I'm fit. It helped make the surgery, quote unquote, only 3 hours and will allow me to get up and move around sooner, which means I'll be discharged sooner. I told everyone about CrossFit Linchpin, and I can't wait for a Jerry redo in the future. So I guess that was the workout of the day that day, Jerry. Cheers to healing and getting back at it, hopefully better than ever. This was very unexpected and unexplainable condition at 48 years old. Listen to your bodies. Heaven forbid something like that happens to you. You will suddenly be really, really thankful for all those good nutrition decisions that you made when you had the discipline to turn down option A and went with option B, or when you decided to wander out into the garage for a workout, even if you were short on time and you couldn't do exactly what the workout of the day was and you had to scale it, had to modify, but at least you got something in. And if you continue to make decisions like that, even if they're not perfect, right? But they're darn good and they're infinitely better than nothing, and you do that every day, you will be a superhero. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that, right? I mean, stick with me on this train of thought. And I know this doesn't apply to everybody, but I'm going to speak in, just broad generalizations because it's somewhat accurate and it's helpful for this analogy. And that is, if you're 18 years old, I know there are plenty of unhealthy 18-year-olds, but if you're 18 years old and you're in decent shape, that's not remarkable. You're somewhat supposed to be because you're 18 years old. You're 25 years old, it's still relatively common, but less so. Maybe you've graduated university or college, getting out into the world, trying to make your mark, earn a living somewhere. Free time suddenly is a little bit less and things fall off, but there's still plenty of fit 25-year-olds. Still not really remarkable. But every decade that goes by, life throws more on you, and your free time gets whittled away, and your responsibilities increase. And with every decade that goes by, if you have continued to make working out a priority, you're not looking to, again, get on the cover of a Wheaties box or something like that. You're just moving your body, making good decisions, lifting heavy when you can, getting out doing some sprints, modifying if needed. With every decade that goes by, you're in a more elite, so to speak, and elite group of people because most people have fallen off. All you need to do to be an amazing warrior and hero of fitness as life continues is just stay the course. You don't need to crush it. You don't need to PR. You just need to keep showing up and do it, because as we follow this bouncing ball, when you're in your mid-30s, a whole lot of people have fallen off the fitness wagon. When you're in your mid-40s, you are in a very small camp of people that suddenly you're like the oddball at the party or work or something. Like, people are like, oh, what do you do for a living? He's like, I literally just work out in my garage like 30 minutes a day. Like, that's it. If you've kept this up into your mid-50s, people will accuse you from being from another planet. let alone if you're 60 or above. So that's kind of, my little rant on that. Okay, last one that we have here. It says Neo and Family Time. And the Neo stands for no equipment option. And that is, every day in the private track we give you the workout of the day, scaled workout of the day, the wild card option, which usually falls between the prescribed and the scaled. Then we give you a limited equipment option, which is the dumbbell version. And then we give you the Neo, the NEO, the no equipment option, which is you don't need any gear at all. Get your body, you got planet Earth, you got everything you need. So this one is titled Neo and Family. And this is from Samantha W. And I took this from her in the private Facebook group. And she says, family workout tonight. Neo, no equipment option, so I could do it inside and not miss time with Ziggy, her little baby, and Beth, who joined it as well. Thanks as always. And it was 6 rounds of jumping jacks, running, and walking lunges. And so since she wanted to do it inside and stay there with the family, not miss any of that precious time, she just ran in place for 1 minute each time. And she says, profusely sweating, so fitness was achieved. So again, modified as needed, real life happening. And it can be done. So that's that. Those are the stories that fire me up, and I've got a whole folder full of those things. And I usually share just a couple of them at the end of, like the Ask Me Anythings on Thursday. At the end of those podcaster shows, I'll sprinkle a couple in. But I was going through them today, and those ones just caught me. They're awesome. I saw somebody post something. Let me see if I can scroll back. Ashley, how do you convince yourself and your tired body to get up and get it done? I used to be so dedicated, but I fell off. Yes. Fully understand that. I don't think there is one method that works for everybody. Some people are, self-starters that can find it inside themselves. Some people, get themselves a workout buddy or a group or a community that they're with that helps give them a little bit of a lift when they're not feeling it. Some people are motivated potentially by aesthetic goals, and that drives them to get out and get in the workout, even if they're tired. Some people are driven by health and longevity goals. Again, that story that I told about what happens if you head to the hospital, you'd much rather be fit. Some people are motivated by wanting to still be able to be fit and active and run around with their kids. Some people are motivated by, whatever it happens to be, finding out what that is for you and help keep it in the top of your mind and understand why it is more important than some other things that might be a bit seductive, right? Such as sitting on the couch watching Netflix, and why it will be worth it if you start to go down this other path that takes a bit more discipline. And somebody mentioned it, I think JJ made a little post that I very much agree with here. Yeah, JJ said, discipline outweighs motivation, and I fully agree with that, because you will have days that you're motivated and days that you're not motivated. And if you only work out on the days that you're motivated, you'll probably miss a lot of days. But if you can develop the discipline or the resilience and the fortitude to do things that you may not necessarily want to do, but you understand why they're important, and that understanding is what drives you to execute them, that I think is the path to success. And we could play this game with a whole lot of things in life that require discipline, right? Where the less fun path is actually the, generally speaking, more advantageous path. And I've mentioned this before. Spending money is a lot more fun than saving money or investing money. But if you can have a logical conversation with yourself as to why saving money or investing money is a better long-term play, even though the short-term pleasure is not there. The short-term pleasure is in walking and buying something really cool that you really don't need. Whereas that delayed gratification of saving or investing money, you're not going to see the payoff today or tomorrow or next week, but you will see it eventually. And if you can figure out why that makes sense logically in your head, then hopefully you can start to make better decisions, financially, to use that example. Same thing with nutrition. If you have a terrible weekend of eating, you're not going to just suddenly put on 10 pounds of fat on Monday. It doesn't happen that quickly, right? Like it's a slow process that catches up with you. And same thing with eating well. If you eat well for the weekend or the week, you're not going to suddenly have the abdominals that you wanted the next week, but you will be on the path, and you know that one series of decisions leads to where you don't want to go. Another series of decisions leads to where you do want to go. And again, understanding the logic, the rationale, and the steps that lead to path A or path B hopefully helps you do that, because it's just really easy to sit down on the couch with a bag of chocolate-covered pretzels and smash those into your face, because you get immediate gratification from doing that. Whether chemicals or hormones are released in your body, it's an immediate gratification. Whereas not doing that, making the healthy choice with a different meal, may not give you that immediate rush of, that intoxicating feeling, but you're doing it for something which will come your way to fruition down the road. And that does take discipline. So hopefully those things help. And I will tell you this, my wife went to Costco yesterday talking about chocolate-covered pretzels. They have these chocolate-covered pretzels at Costco, and there's a bag of these sitting in my pantry right now, and I tell you, I hear them calling my name. It's a big bag, an obnoxiously big bag that I would try my best to finish and probably get sick, so I almost can't even open it. They're chocolate-covered pretzels, but the chocolate apparently is made from the same chocolate they make Thin Mint Girl Scout cookies. That's the chocolate that's drizzled all over these pretzels. They're not always at Costco, because as good Americans, we buy them up quick. So these are in our house about 2 months ago, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, they're unbelievable. So it is taking all of my discipline to say that I'm going to be good all week long as I do this video. It's Tuesday. I was good yesterday. I'm going to be good Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and on Sunday, that is my day that I'm going to allow myself to indulge in some tasty treats, and I will go to war with those pretzels. And that's just what I've learned, again, having some discipline that I need to do at this stage in my life with my metabolism. I'd love to snack more regularly, but I've tried that game, and it does not go well. So I know what works well for me is keeping things tight the majority of the time, and then I give myself, a nice treat meal once a week, and life's good. For some people, that might be twice a week, might be 3 times a week. Depends upon what stage of life you're in and what metabolism you were blessed with. But that's just what works for me. So that's it. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Keep grinding. Keep making it happen. Most of us are not sponsored athletes with nothing but free time to work out. And again, that's not taking anything away from those athletes. They bust their tail in the gym. I'm intimately familiar with that. But those stories that I just shared with you, that's the real deal. That's what fires me up. So have a great day, and we'll talk again later.